fried sweet dough. In Slovenian, we call them Kvašeni Flancati, or fonke. They're also known as poderane gače and trešče. Many European countries have this tradition by eating fried dough before Lent. The day before Lent begins is also known as Fat Tuesday, Shrove Tuesday, or Mardi Gras. They can be eaten savory or sweet with powdered sugar, jam, or sour cream on the side. Plus, if you haven't subscribed, please do so you don't miss any of my new recipes. Are you ready? Let's get started. We're going to begin by making a double boiler. So we're going to add about 1 inch or 2 of water to a pot. We're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to go ahead and place our bowl over top. And then we're going to add in our 4 egg yolks, 2 packages of vanilla sugar, as well as our ½ cup of sugar. And then we're going to mix this all together until we get a beautiful pale yellow consistency. And then we're going to set it aside. Next, we're going to prepare the yeast. We want to make sure that the milk is nice and lukewarm. We don't want it to be too hot because this will kill the yeast and the dough won't rise. We also don't want it to be too cold because the rising of the dough will take much longer. We're going to be sifting our flour, and the reason why we want to sift it is because it will help the dough rise much better. Time to incorporate our ingredients. So inside a bowl, we are going to be adding our flour, and then we're just going to make ourselves a little well, and then we're going to sprinkle in our salt all the way around, making sure that the salt doesn't enter the well. We're going to add in our egg yolk mixture as well as our yeast. We're going to go ahead and also add in our yogurt, the delicious cooking rum, a teaspoon of vanilla, baking powder, fresh lemon zest. It's smelling so good already. Those of you that are looking for the ingredients in the recipe, I will have them in the description box below. And now it's time to start kneading the dough. And just as we begin to knead, we're going to drop in a tablespoon of softened butter. And then we're going to continue kneading for about 8 to 10 minutes. Now you can also knead by hand. I'm using my mixer. And then we're going to want to make a beautiful soft dough. So if it's a bit sticky, you can add a tablespoon of flour at a time. Or if you find that it's starting to crumb and it's a little bit too dry, just add in a little bit more of your lukewarm milk. And that will ensure that you got a beautiful, soft, smooth dough that separates nicely from the bowl. Then we're going to place that dough ball into another bowl. We're going to cover it up with the kitchen cloth, and then we're going to allow it to rest and rise for about an hour in a warm place with no draft. And there she is. Isn't she so pretty? I love how the dough bounces back beautifully. Now we're just going to prepare our tablecloth by sprinkling some flour, and then we're going to drop the dough onto the tablecloth and then start rolling it out. And we want to roll it out so it's about 1.5 centimeters in thickness. And now we're just going to cut the dough into rectangles, and then we're also going to cut 1 or 2 diagonal lines inside of them. And we're going to allow these beauties to rest one more time for one last rise. Keep them covered for about another hour. Time to start frying. I like to keep my temperature anywhere between 155 to 165 degrees. I also like to use sunflower oil. It just creates a beautiful color with these flancati. Now, when we start to fry, you're going to notice that I'm going to begin by placing the side that was facing up, and I'm going to be turning that into the oil. And then we are going to place the lid on, and we're allowing it to fry for about a minute to a minute and a half. And then we're going to remove the lid and then flip it over to the other side. The second time, we will not be placing the lid back on, and we're just going to allow it to fry again for about another minute. And wow, look at that beautiful white line. Now keep in mind, everybody's stove is different, so it may be a little bit more or a little bit less time, and it also depends on the size of the flancati that you're going to be making. I am so excited to sink my teeth into one of these delicious treats. They can be enjoyed savory or sweet. My personal favorite is dusting them with some powdered sugar. I also like to enjoy them with a little bit of jam. They can also be served with sour cream dip on the side. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you again next week when I share another delicious recipe from my Slovenian kitchen. Until then, na zdravje and dober tek. Adio! If you enjoy watching my videos, please give me a great big thumbs up below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you get a notification every time I post a new recipe. Thanks for watching!